Hello Starcrafters, welcome to the channel. I'm Wookie, and today we have a subscriber submission, or a sub-sub as I like to call them, sent in by It Won't Fit, who we see here playing the Red Terran, and his partner in this 2v2 is going to be Kill Switch, a Zerg player, here spawning across from him, and their opponents today, Panda Tech. I'm not sure what Panda Tech is. Perhaps it's black, white, and fuzzy and made of bamboo. Not sure. And over here is Cole Haas. And he is also a Protoss, so we've got a dual Protoss opponent, which I don't know. That almost screams Cannon Rush coming. One of the reasons 2v2s frustrate me so much is because nobody just plays. Nobody can just straight up play. Somebody has to do something silly, like a 7 pool or an 8 pool or a cannon rush or bunker rushing. Just all kinds of crazy stuff happens just to try to throw one player off at least and get an advantage. But we'll see how this one plays out. The submitter of the game, Mr. It Won't Fit, did leave me a little bit of a hint in the title, but I don't want to speculate as to what exactly might happen. I am, however, going to follow this probe because, well, you're not going to cannon rush anybody on creep. Might be just legitimately taking a look-see, which would surprise me, but I suppose stranger things have happened. Where are you clicking? Where are you clicking? So far, pretty legit. Don't tell me we're going to have a real game here. That would be kind of awesome. Let's open up the production tab just to see what everybody's doing. And it looks like we've got just the most basics. Now I see 2 gateways going down here from Panda. And, oh, okay, there's a second one from his partner. So we may see some zealot pressure here early. Which would be what that is indicative of. This spawning pool was not particularly fast, so we're not going to see any real quick Zergling play from Kill Switch. So we might have the first ever witnessing of an actual legit, just straight up 2v2. That's weird. I don't think rushing zealots is any kind of rush, quick rush cheese strategy unless they go all in with it with probes and stuff. Because in order for this to be like a legit early pressure thing, they would have to be proxied. So that's not cheesy. If you're going to fat kid style run these zealots all the way across the map, I don't consider that a cheese rush or anything like that. So it looks like we've got metabolic boost coming from our Zerg player, and a little bit of bunkering up going down from Mr. It Won't Fit. Producing on 1 barracks, has enough money for a second, but it looks like he is spending otherwise. Supply depots are good, I suppose, if you're going to go that route. If you're going to go the don't get supply blocked and keep producing units route, I suppose that's a strong strategy too. And now we see some dots moving. Here come those zealots I was talking about. Only bringing 1 probe, so hardly an all-in rush or anything. We're just gonna see, what are you guys doing? Look at these 2 way over here. I hope that they clump these things up and wait for them all to attack at the same time. Running them in there in separate groups would be folly and foolish, but it looks like they're gonna do it right, so let's keep our eyes on this and see what happens. It looks like we've got a decent amount of Zerglings in this group, and the zealots decide that, you know what, that's a tough nut to crack. We're just gonna back off. And there they go. Off they go, and the Zerglings, I always say zealot when I mean Zergling, and Zergling when I mean zealot. Those Zerglings give chase, and they're actually going to catch those. Look at that, getting the surround. With the Zerglings, you always want to run past and then attack back, so you get a good surround, and that's 3 zealots who don't make it home. Good work there by Mr. Kill Switch. He's got his queen out and is taking an expansion already. Over halfway done. Very good. Keeping the Zelnaga tower there will help alert him as to whether or not The Protoss players are coming out with more pressure. Looks like we've got the cybernetics cores down, and I don't see the warp gates. There's the warp gates. Only one set of warp gates going. We've got a Ghost Academy already from our Terran player, Tech Labs, so we may see some ghosts reporting, and a Roach Warren with melee attack upgrades going there. Ooh, look at that, Twilight Council. So it looks like some tech choices are being made, and this is probably a lower level game, so unless there are any protests, I'm going to go to ×2 speed just to speed this up a little bit while the arms race proliferates here and we get our tech choices made and our armies built. It looks like still reasonably turtled in here. These two overlords from Mr. Kill Switch are kind of getting in my way. I wish I could move them, but I can't. You see a nice wall in there, perfectly defensible. I don't see any siege tanks. What do we got? Expansion there. We've got the cloaking upgrade. No, that's the energy upgrade. The cloaking upgrade is here, which has not been selected yet. So going for the extendo energy before the cloak for the extra sniping. Very nice. Some ghosts are out on the field. Just zerglings and roaches, it looks like, for our zerging player Kill Switch. Where are those roaches? There's one. Not a whole lot of units on the map, is there? 11 marines, 2 ghosts, 7 roaches only, 13 zerglings, and just a handful of zealots and stalkers. So we can see the extra expansions here, so both teams just kind of expanding and upping their econ. What was that? What was that? There we go. Some zealots taking the towers. So it looks like a double econ up here, and the armies have stayed relatively small. You can see the workers for each player here fairly similar, with the exception of our Terran player, but he's got those OP mules, so he'll be alright. And I'm just kind of watching the mini-map here and looking at where the dots are moving, and it looks like we've got some inspection of expansion zones going on. Ooh, Dark Templar. Let's slow this down. That looks exciting. There's some zerglings on the watchtower getting taken out by those Dark Templar. And control has changed hands. Those Dark Templar are going to move on to bigger and better things. Looks like they've got 4 kills each. And this could be kind of brutal unless these are spore crawlers. They are. But still, they'd best hurry up. Oh, they got a long way to go. There's the scan. Nice. It's good to have pals. Oh, that's a lot of crap. Those Dark Templar are messing their pants. Give me one more scan, please. Thank you. Oh, the spore crawler finished. There you go. So some minor DT harass there. Didn't do a whole lot of damage. Is it what? Control R for the... No, it's resources. Is it Shift R? Is it R? I don't know. Maybe it doesn't work. Alt R? No. Maybe it doesn't work for the multiplayer games. But the units lost tab will show us that purple Protoss is the one with the most units lost, and he is the one with the Dark Shrine. And holy Colossus, Batman, look at that. Wow. Where's the army tab? There you can see the various sizes of the armies. Our Zerg player is winning by the numbers, but these Protoss players are getting the right units. The bunch of Colossus against this Hydra Zergling Marine combo could be absolutely devastating. Let's go back up to +2 because it looks like we've got more arms race going on here. These are some inquisitive zealots whose curiosity got them killed. We've noticed some spore crawlers, or those aren't spore crawlers at all. Those are overlords, overseers from Kill Switch, which is a good idea now that he knows that the Dark Templar are out there. And we've got a watchful eye cast on all of these potential expansions, which is also nice. They have to know about this one. Looks like they do. Is there anything in there? No. But I do see a bunch of dots moving. So now we're getting a decent sized Zerg army at 140. He's significantly larger than the rest of the players in the map. That's what she said. Oh my goodness. Watch your mouth, mister. It looks like the creep highway is being constructed, so I'm going to anticipate a little bit of confrontation here. Let's look at our production tab. We do see cloak coming from the ghosts. We see weapons upgrades 1 and 2, and level 2 carapace, and here's some Colossus. They're on the move, and everything has been revealed here. These overlords are being popped and revealing the position of the enemy forces. So let's see what Kill Switch and Mr. It Won't Fit do in response to this. The rocks going down here could lead to that expansion being taken out, but it looks like we've got a largish army, so large that my computer had to stop and think about it for a second. Get rid of that production tab for now so that we can see what's going on. And these Colossus need to be taken care of or they are going to go down. That's a lot of DPS coming in. I mean, Stalkers are cool and all, but those Colossus were so fragile. With that much DPS coming in, those really needed to be microed a little better, and just enough medevacs there to keep all these Hydras and Marines alive. There's well, if you're a Zerg Terran combo, Roaches and Hydra with medevac support is pretty brutal, as we saw there. Those Colossus did not last very long at all, and the Protoss players are going to go home and lick their wounds. We've got the army tab to look at for you there, and it looks like Zerg player is still winning, and our Terran player is in second place there. So the Protoss duo just did get their butts handed to them. Not only did it look that way, but the numbers back it up. And so now we see Infestors coming in for our Zerg player, and looks like a couple more Robo Bays going down. Gonna get the range upgrade, which should have been gotten already. But if you're gonna pump Colossus, you definitely need that. We might see some duo Colossus going here, and of course I'm at ×2 speed. Just in case, I have seen the final tally as far as the game timer goes on this game, so I want to speed it up whenever I can. And it looks like we've got more Colossus, more Stalkers, and a push is being made for this expansion here, so we'll come down to normal speed. And those Colossus make short work of that expansion. And Coal Hose, and of course I'm selecting them to try to find their upgrades, but I just took all that information off the screen, diddle I? Where are our... There they are. There's the Zerg player, and here is his Terran buddy. They're gonna move on up here to try to make some kind of counterplay. These bases are so close together, just separated by that narrow little choke point. This could be brutal. There's not enough Protoss up here. Look at that changeling. Nice. That is awesome. I love that. Now this is what we needed last time. These Colossus down off the cliff, out of harm's way. We're going to put a lot of DPS down there. I saw a bunch of EMPs going off. That was cool. That is going to make this Protoss army push backwards. Frames per second, 6. You are welcome. And it looks like now it's going to be It Won't Fit and Kill Switch's turn to start blowing up some bases, which they did in real short order. Here comes a Protoss back for a counter. Okay, we're back in the action. That little hiccup, if you even saw it, was me pausing real quickly while my coffee mug tipped over, and here we've got a nuclear freaking bomb being dropped on these Colossus. I don't think he sees it. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, don't stand there. Don't stand there, move. Oh, look at all the damage he's doing. Oh, he's like, oh, I'm killing all the Hydras. I'm killing all the Roaches. I got this. I got this. I so got this. We're killing their entire army. We so got this. Just keep go. Oh my god. That was freaking awesome. If your kill switch and it won't fit, that was freaking awesome. Let's look at the production tab. We've got level 3 going. Handful of submarines. Look at these guys. They're like, ah, crap. Army size. Oh no. Our Terran and Zerg player just taken a huge leap forward as far as army superiority goes. And with those medvacs there to heal this army back up, is going to be pretty brutal force. And their Protoss players are going to have to go quickly back to warping in units if they are going to get anything that can deal with this army. We can see that the reinforcements are streaming up. We just took out the gold base here. Protoss players are trying to mount some kind of defense, but all they can do is warp in and send the units in to die. Looks like we have a lot of eggs in this basket. Wow, that is a lot of probes there. This is a warp and run. You know, immortals are cool against marauders, but against ghosts that can blast their shields with EMPs and lots of marines. And there's not a lot of marines here, but there's enough. Those immortals are not going to last very long. Nuclear freaking bombs, man. Because you got to have a gimmick. You got to have a gimmick. High explosives is indeed one such gimmick. Down with government. And here come, wow, even more marines. We must have a lot of production facilities going on back here all of a sudden. Yeah, he's been dropping barracks pretty, you know, I would say a little bit of an understatement. So now we have what I'm going to call an overwhelming force of Terran and Zerg players. We're going to take a step back just because those Colossus are out there. Get the tanky stuff up front, get the DPS stuff in the back, and just run on in there, boys. Don't even worry about it. Unless, what do we got on the units tab? What do we got in production? Oh, there it is. Bang. He does have 2 nukes in store, so I'm going to suspect a desire to plant more nuclear bombs. There we go. Look at the corruptors come in to just push the Colossus back a little bit. It's like, hey, why don't you get back? That looks like a double stack of nukes right there, which should do a fine job of cracking a hole in that wall. Booyah, Grandma. And that's going to be all she wrote for there. Double wide crater. Here it comes. I don't even care what's going on anywhere else. Oh, that's pretty. And in slow motion because of my frame rate. Awesome. And anytime now, this game should be over. Well, there we go. I called that one. Coal host GG's. And I imagine Panda Tech will be out of here real quick. Lucky nuke. He must be referring to this one, of course, that happened over here. I don't know if a nuke can be lucky. I mean, I guess he was fortunate that that Panda didn't see it. But seriously, I think nuking is one of the hardest things to do in this game. Because not only do you need all the tech and the upgrade and the nukes, you have to actually place a targeting reticle on the ground and not get your ghost killed for the whatever 8 seconds it takes to actually get the nuke to the spot, or 10 or whatever it is. I actually think nuking is one of the most difficult things to do, and it's very seldom going to be lucky. So good job. It won't fit. Excuse me whilst I clear my throat. And thank you so much for the sub-sub. I appreciate it. A very fun 2v2. And if you would like to send me a game, go ahead and do that to wookiestarcraft@gmail.com. I would appreciate it a whole bunch. I hope you all had happy holidays, Merry Christmases, whatever winter type festival you celebrate and or don't celebrate. I still hope it was a good time and that you enjoy the time off work or school, etc., because of said holidays. And I will come back at you soon. I've actually got a couple of games I want to get up on the channel, so I will be off to go do those, and hopefully you'll see those pretty soon. Until next time, guys, I am Wookie. Take care.